Everyone, Demetrius Memorial, your Mohawk product specialist for Mohawk's Builder Multifamily Division in the New York City metro region. Today we're going to discuss how do you protect this gorgeous floor that's sitting behind me. There's a pallet of redwood flooring, got about another 10 pallets ready to go on a new development project going over an existing substrate that's permeable. So that's going to be either a gypcrete or concrete substrate. And whenever you're installing a floating floor, so that could be SPC, WPC, that could be laminate, anything, or even engineered flooring, engineered wood, when you put a floor over any permeable substrate, permeable means it retains moisture and allows moisture to easily transfer through it. So most new development projects have what we would call green floors. They're still retaining subtle amounts of moisture. Most installers aren't checking for pH and RH in the substrate. If they're not doing that, we always recommend on every floating floor project going over a permeable substrate to use a moisture barrier or vapor retarder, okay? So on this project, originally the contractor was using a product called Husky. You could buy it in large quantities, and you get the roll, it comes out like a Chinese yo-yo, and you take the roll and you throw it on the ground and you distribute it, as you can see. You open it up and you're walking it to one side, and they were experiencing, I'm pretty sure he was stating, rips and tears. And also when they had to create a seam, you have to use duct tape to continuate that vapor retarder to migrate or mitigate the moisture and transfer any residual moisture in your substrate to the perimeter of the room. That's the role and that's the duty of a vapor retarder, okay? So that it doesn't transfer and interact with the backing of your floating floor, because if it does, moisture is always going to find its way to the weakest points, and you will likely experience subtle cupping on the perimeter of your planks where that moisture in your substrate was present. It's quite common on new development projects that have permeable substrates. So Mohawk's engineers looked at selling our vapor retarders in bulk, but we also listened to installers and understood that quite challenging to distribute a giant roll throughout the entire body of a room, and then to cut out, you have a lot of waste because you're going to end up with wastage. That is not good. Loss of money, loss of time, cumbersome to work with, increasing the likelihood of ripping and tearing, no bueno. So our engineers created these 4-foot rolls, same thickness, same gauge, and what it allows you to do is just quickly roll the roll down to the end of the length of each room, and then you just roll the next roll to the adjoining side until you have the entire floor encapsulated. What was really cool though, and the installers share this with me, was that now they can go down, they have less waste. That was the most important, but also it's quicker to install because you're just dropping it, and then you're pulling this little membrane off the side here, and it has this little transparent adhesive strip, and what you do is you attach the adjoining roll to the side of it, and it just bonds and attaches the next roll that's lying parallel with it. So it's more efficient to install, it's more user-friendly, less waste, and most importantly, it's more efficient to install. Now, what's one thing that we can't buy in life? That's time. So any which way we can save time is always putting more profit in our pocket. So a higher level thinker is always going to migrate or gravitate to a product that cuts costs, or maybe has an equalizer regarding material costs, but is more efficient to install. Mohawks Performance Accessories moisture barrier is top-notch in my opinion. Contact your Mohawk rep for further details, or you can contact me directly at 646-808-4302. Thank you.